going on, everyone? Darkside Phil here, and welcome to a channel update for February. I never look this. You would think that for once I would look up the date before I start recording, but no, it never fails. February 8th, 2012. We've got a lot to talk about, but it's really all primarily about one subject. But before we get to that subject, I would like to let everyone know, I've already mentioned this several times, but I'll say it one more time, and this will be the last video on my channel for this weekend so everyone knows. I'm taking time off this weekend, starting right now. If this video is uploaded, that's it. I'm out for the weekend. Will not be returning until Tuesday with new gameplay footage. You may see the weekend preview around Monday, or you may not, or it might be late, it might be on Tuesday. And so I'm taking personal time off to celebrate the Valentine's Day holiday with my girlfriend, and I'm sure a lot of other people will be doing similar things this weekend as well. So no new footage, okay? So just so everyone knows, I'll be returning on Tuesday with the release of Twisted Metal, which I'm extremely pumped for. I cannot wait to get my hands on Twisted Metal again. That game was so much freaking fun back in the day, and now it's finally being rebooted. I just can't wait, and I know they're going to do a good job because they usually do a good job with those games, and being that it's been so long since the last one, I'm sure they put a lot of polish on it. So that and the Mass Effect 3 demo. That's right, a lot of people were not aware of this. The Mass Effect 3 demo comes out on Tuesday, on Valentine's Day, as well. So I'm going to be finding time to play both the Mass Effect 3 demo and Twisted Metal that day. Keep in mind, I know that other games do come out next week. I can't see, I think UFC Undisputed comes out. I think there were one or two other things, like Brothers in Arms. There was a Brother in Arms game, I guess, that was supposed to come out. But I have no idea if that's still coming out or not, because I haven't checked in quite a while. But basically, I'll be playing Twisted Metal, the Mass Effect 3 demo, and then anything else that comes out that week I'll be trying to fit in. But I'm going to want to play a lot of Twisted Metal, I'm sure. So more on that as it approaches. More than likely, I'll probably be doing fan appreciation days where we could all just jump into these huge games together and start blowing the shit out of each other. You know what I mean? I think that would be really fun to play with the fans in a game like that. So that's coming on Tuesday and later next week. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, the real reason I'm making this video is I want to talk, I'm excited, I want to talk about Project 7, Episode 2. Which we have completed filming on, and I haven't had a chance really to talk much about this, but we completely filmed Episode 2 in one day. That's right, the day before the Super Bowl, incidentally, and it took quite a while to get through it, but we got it done. And so now it's in the hands of our friends Respect the Pact, who incidentally film everything, edit everything, put all the graphical effects into everything, and basically polish it and make it look as good as Episode 1 looked. We had massive positive feedback about Episode 1, so please, if you liked it, go check out their YouTube page. It's youtube.com/respectthepact. I'll put a link to it in this video, you know, in the description of this video, so you can check it out. I think that the guys are excellent at what they do, and we're hoping to get this next episode out by the end of February. That's our goal. And hopefully I'll be able to, over the next couple of weeks, as they work on it some more, I'll be able to get clips of it, and I'll be able to make a trailer for everyone, just like I did with Episode 1, to start hyping it up, because I'm really excited about it, and I'm going to be talking about it a lot, just to warn everyone. So Episode 2. I actually put up a thread on my forums on thekingofhate.com, my website, about Episode 2, and things that you know, we've done with it, and now I'm going to talk about it in a video publicly, because now I finally have a chance to. And this is good because there'll be the video up all weekend. People will be able to watch this and learn about it. Some things that we did differently, some things that I feel are going to be better about Episode 2. So some things that we did differently. First of all, this time, we filmed more footage than we know we're going to need. We actually wrote out enough scenes and things in this episode that we filmed all of them, and now as it goes to the editing room, if we realize, oh man, this episode is now droning on way too long, it's like maybe this is 15 minutes of footage, that's way too much, we want to cut it down to say 10 or 12, well now we can decide what are the bits that worked, what are the bits that didn't work, what can hit the cutting room floor, and it won't affect the overall quality of the episode. For both comedy purposes, for both flow purposes, you know, all kinds of things. We want to see what's going to fit and what's not going to fit. And for a lot of things, we actually did multiple takes. So we didn't just do it once or twice. We took multiple takes. And now we're going to be able to pick the best takes for the final episode when it finally gets completed. Another cool thing about this episode is when we wrote the script, we intentionally intentionally left it open for ad-libbing. And what that means is we didn't write word for word exactly what we were going to say, because we felt that, number one, it would be a lot more natural if you had just an idea of what you need to say, and then you just say it in the natural way that you would probably say it in real life. And number two, if things just come to mind right there on the spot and you can crack a joke, that's really funny, as opposed to something that's maybe scripted, might not necessarily come out as funny as something that's just on the spot hilarity, which, by the way, is what we're really good at. When we're doing our playthroughs, when we're doing stuff like that, our trip footage of us going to places and people love that footage, all those jokes and ad-libs are on the fly. It's not anything, you know, again, when we're playing a game, I didn't think, oh, there's 3 jokes I want to make when I'm playing Halo today. No, it's just spontaneous, and that's what we're good at. And so we think that that's going to come through a lot in this episode, and it's really going to shine. Unlike episode 1, this episode is way more gaming related, meaning you're going to see a lot more references to games, a lot of game footage. You're going to see a lot of that stuff in it, and so we feel that this episode will appeal more to a wider audience, a broader audience. If you remember episode 1, we had lots, it was very heavy on inside jokes regarding longtime fans. Really, episode 1 was a love letter to the fans, saying thank you so much for, you know, not only watching the Project 7 videos that I had made way back when in 2009, but people who were constantly requesting, please bring it back. We liked this series. We want to see it be revived. So, yeah, that's really what our goal was in episode 1, and now we're really going to kick the series into overdrive, and what this episode 2 is going to establish is the premise of the series. And by the end of episode 2, you will fully understand basically what you're going to be seeing coming up. You're going to have a brief outline of what to expect with the series. And I think there's a lot more structure. Episode 1, it was just backstory. It was explaining how this whole process starts, and doesn't really, clearly by the end of episode 1, explain where the series is going. You will have a structure for the series by the end of episode 2, which we think is really cool. Some other things. We actually have gotten permission from 2 video game cover bands to use their music in episode 2 of Project 7, which is freaking awesome, because the biggest concern when you're doing a series like this is, oh man, you're using copyrighted music now, and now you're going to get in trouble for it, you get sued for it, the video get taken down. We've gotten permission from 2 bands. One is called Year 2000X, which is, I will put a link to their Bandcamp page in the description of this video. And the second band is actually called Arm Cannon, who I've talked about before. Arm Cannon is a band who I actually saw perform at MagFest way back in, what was it, 2007 or 2008, when I was the first time I had ever been there. And I loved them, and I bought their album at that time. And then I recorded their concert at MagFest this year. And actually, I guess they were blown away by the amount of views that the videos got, because, you know, it's on my page. People tend to check out stuff because my page is so popular on YouTube, and they got a lot of exposure. And I contacted them and said, listen, you know, we got this web series going. It's doing really well right now. The first episode has, you know, this is over 150,000 views, and we're wondering if maybe you'd like to have your music featured. Obviously, we wouldn't be able to financially compensate you, but we'll talk about you in the videos. We'll give you plugs or whatever. And they were thrilled. And it was the same with Year 2000X. So we're going to be able to use the music from these bands in these videos, which is excellent, because a lot of the music is perfect for the things that we're planning on doing, you know, in the future. And you're going to see how it fits later on once we get into it. I don't want to spoil too much, but it's going to be perfect for certain situations in the series. So we're really excited about that. And I want to say thank you very much to Year 2000X and Arm Cannon for allowing us to use their music. More on that as it progresses. Okay, the last thing I want to say before I get to one more subject about Project 7, but the last thing about episode 2 is we have a very unique idea about how to promote the series. We think that it's thinking outside the box. We think that it's something that's going to have a lot of interest, and so what I'm not going to give it away yet, but over the next couple of weeks, you may start to see some things that may, okay, you might say, okay, wait a minute, okay, that makes sense, that might be related to Project 7. So you'll see what I mean as time progresses. But for now, we are very pleased with what we did. We think that episode 2 is better than episode 1, hands down. We think there were better jokes, better writing, the ad-libbing work. We filmed more than enough, so if one thing doesn't seem as funny as something else, we have the ability to take it out and put something else in, and it's going to end up better. So that's what we're really aiming for with episode 2. We're really excited about it. Again, look for more information over the next couple of weeks. And I'm definitely going to make a trailer like I did last time, like a teaser trailer, and some unique marketing, which we will get to in the next couple of weeks. You definitely want to keep your eyes open to experience that, okay? The last thing I want to talk about are the t-shirts. That's right, yeah, remember those things? Those t-shirts that I showed you over a month ago? It was like a month and a half ago at this point, and we were bringing them to MagFest with us, and we were going to sell them. Of course, we foolishly didn't realize, wait a minute, no one's even seen Project 7 yet. Why would anyone buy a shirt for something they don't even know what the hell it is? So, not surprisingly, we have sold almost no shirts. Now, for the past month, since Project 7's been released, episode 1, we have been getting lots of requests. Phil, when are the shirts going on sale? Phil, I want something, but you don't have anything right now. That's because we've been trying to get this web store set up. We've been trying really hard. It's really OJ's been trying very, very hard to get a web store set up. It's looking like very, very soon this web store will be set up and we'll be able to start selling Project 7 t-shirts, which is the logo of the three of us, me, myself, John Rambo, and Howard posing in front of the logo, also the Death Face t-shirt, and the John Rambo Presents the Show podcast t-shirt, which is the shirt that John actually wears in the series. Those shirts will be available, as well as some of OJ's candles that he makes. He's going to have those available up as well for purchase. So that is coming very soon. I know I've been saying this for weeks now, but I mean it this time. As long as nothing goes wrong, it's looking like possibly coming in the next week, we may have more information and we may have that up. I will let everyone know obviously when that is available. But we're excited because now we know there's interest in it. There's interest that people want to get the stuff. We have the stuff. We just have we need a means to sell it to you and get it to you. And it wasn't working. We actually had the store set up weeks ago and it wasn't working properly. Looks like it may work this time. So, okay, that's it. I know it's been a long channel update. A lot of stuff. It was all Project 7 related, but a lot of stuff that we covered. Thanks a lot for listening. I'd love to hear what everyone's reactions are to what I've now revealed about Episode 2 of Project 7. I hope that it ends up being, like I said, it's more appealing to the masses. And you know, there was an argument, well, Phil, why didn't you do that with the first episode? Because the first episode, you had a lot of inside jokes, and really, if you were to upload that to somewhere, say, like Machinima, a lot of people aren't going to get those jokes, and so that's going to be lost on them. Maybe you should have saved that for later. And I say, no, what really needed to happen was we're bringing back this series that's 2 years old, that's been on the shelf for 2 years. Now's the time to make all these crazy inside references to people who've been anticipating it for 2 years, get it out of the way, so that now we can start to make more mainstream references and jokes about gaming and such. Now don't get me wrong, there will still be some inside references in every episode to our videos, to our catchy sayings and things that we say in different things, but that doesn't mean that the entire episode is going to be inside references, which is what a lot of episode 1 was. So I really think everyone's going to enjoy episode 2 a heck of a lot better, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'd love to hear your comments as well, obviously, on this video. So that is it. Thanks a lot for listening to this channel update. Everyone have a good weekend. Use this weekend, since I'm off, there's no new footage, to catch up on things that you have not seen yet. I just beat Final Fantasy 13-2 within a week. A lot of people didn't watch that. I just beat The Darkness 2 in one day. A lot of people haven't seen that. So take this time out to catch up on a lot of stuff. I know everyone has stuff they have not had a chance to see. And I will be back on Tuesday with some really great games and cool new gameplay. So I'm Darkside Phil signing out. Thanks a lot. I'll see you on Tuesday. And enjoy the weekend. Be safe. Thanks.